Hello, everybody. This is Scott Hudspeth with Agent Mastermind. Welcome to the call. I'm honored to have you guys here. Have a special guest that I'm really excited about. Man, I got to spend some time with him before we got started here. His name is Sean Nielsen. Did I say that right, Sean?
Yep, Nielsen.
Nielsen. So get this. So we have an expert in social media here. Get this. So Sean started his real estate career in 2008. Had zero marketing budget. In his first year in business, from the only thing he had available to him was Facebook and, of course, a phone and business cards and stuff like that. He netted $165,000 in gross commissions and closed 24 deals. Now, get this. Since 2008, in the last 3 years, Sean and his team have generated over 680,000 leads for over 6,000 people across the United States and probably, I'm sure, in 2 other countries. So, guys, we have an expert on the call. Put down your, turn off your phones unless you're on the phone with us. Turn off your Facebook. Turn off everything that's going to be a distraction. Get a notepad, get a pen, because he's got some amazing stuff. This guy, Sean, knows what the heck he's doing because he has proven stats. People come to Sean to have them tell him what is working and what isn't because of so many things that he's doing for so many people across the U.S. using specifically Facebook and also Twitter and LinkedIn. But we're going to specifically focus on Facebook. So, Sean, man, I'm seriously honored to have you here, and can't wait to hear what you have for us. I have my notepad, I know that, and I'm ready and willing and looking forward to learning here today.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me on. Just want to make sure we're all good for audio. Sounding good?
Absolutely. Sounds great.
And you got my screen there. You can see the screen changing.
Can see your screen, absolutely.
Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, I want to do lots of Q&A at the end, and I know that you guys had expressed interest in doing a bunch of Q&A as well. So if you do have any questions, feel free to type them in the box, and we'll kind of make this social media talk a little more social as we get along towards the end of it. I am Sean Nielsen. I'm the co-founder of CityBlast.com, and I'm a real estate agent from Toronto. Toronto is one of the most competitive real estate markets in North America. There are over 40,000 real estate agents there, so it is an extremely competitive market. People are always trying to eke out another deal for themselves. When I started in 2008, I had actually no marketing budget, like you were saying. I had no marketing budget. I had some business cards and lawn signs, and that was about it. But what I realized is that I had my Facebook, and so I started posting on Facebook to try to attract leads and to attract deals. And in my first year, I did 24 deals, 165,000 in commission. People in my office said, "Hey, what are you doing on Facebook that's working so well?" So I told them, and the response that I got back from many people, especially top producers, was, "Okay, that's really great, but I don't really have the time required each day to run this strategy because it can be very time-consuming to do work in social." And so I started helping them by consulting. And I began a social media consulting business. I had 1, 2, 5, 10 real estate clients. Now I have 6,300 real estate clients all across North America. Yeah, so we do the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn presences for thousands and thousands of real estate agents all across North America. To date, we've done almost 1.4 million individual Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn status updates for our clients. And today I'm going to talk to you a bit about what I've learned, what strategy we use, what works, what doesn't work, what annoys the crap out of people, what generates leads, and hopefully improve people's Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn marketing as a result. So hang tight. We're going to get a lot of information packed into a short period of time here. First off, a little housekeeping. I'm going to talk about Facebook a lot, but when I say Facebook, I actually mean Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Vine, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, whatever social media you're using, this strategy will work for any sort of social media. So I'll say Facebook a lot, but don't get so fixated on the concept of Facebook, even though I'm going to explain why it is probably the biggest and best for you to use, especially if you're just starting out. First of all, I want to analyze the opportunity really quickly. Is there a big opportunity, or is this just a bunch of junk that, is just another fad people are talking about? I'm obviously of the mind that it's not, and I'm going to explain to you why. Over 90% of searches are beginning online. So that stats published by NAR every year. I think the last one was 92% of home searches beginning online. That means that when Mr. and Mrs. Buyer and Seller decide at dinner one night that they're going to buy or sell real estate, they've become a warm lead. They are a person who is going to purchase real estate services, whether it's that they're going to be looking for a loan, whether it's that they need a real estate agent, a lawyer, you name it. They are going to be a client of some of the folks on this call. and they are out there, and they have not informed a realtor or a loan officer or anyone yet of their intentions. So that's a massive differentiator from years past, where people would pick up the phone the next morning or walk into a real estate office and say, hey, okay, we want to buy, we want to sell, etc., and they would get locked into an agreement. Now, in 92% of cases, those people are floating around online after they've already made the decision to buy or sell in real estate, and that's a massive opportunity. The second thing is, people spend 3 times more time on Facebook versus any other website in the world, which is astounding statistic when you think about it. But what it means is this. Of those 92% of people who start that search or that real estate process online, you have a 3 times better chance of finding them on Facebook versus anywhere else on the internet. So just by sheer mathematics, Facebook is the very best place. And I do mean just Facebook in this case. I don't mean social media. Facebook is the absolute king of time spent or wasted, however you want to look at it,
yeah, right.
online.
Wasted. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but mathematically, if you want to catch fish, you need to fish where there are fish. And in the case of the internet, those 92% of people are online, they're on Facebook, and that's a great place for you to start out your marketing. So that's why Facebook's a huge opportunity. Here's another reason that Facebook's a huge opportunity, though, and this applies to all social media. It's a new form of marketing that allows you to combine together traditional modes of marketing that were by themselves effective, but when you combine them together, they become so much more effective than we've ever been able to access before in terms of a marketing channel. In the old days, you had 2 ways you could market: one-on-one or one-to-many. And they both have their advantages and disadvantages. One-on-one is great because we know real estate is a relationship business. So you want people to like you, that you want them to trust you, you want them to think that you're an all-around good person who they can trust to work with and handle their transaction. And having one-on-one conversations is really valuable for that because you can build that trust and you can talk to people and answer questions and make them feel important and make them feel heard, etc. Obviously, there's a big challenge with one-on-one, which is it takes forever. So you could go door knocking, but you're also going to use the rest of your life door knocking. Or you could go and meet people at parties and functions, which is great, but it takes a lot of time to meet a significant amount of people and to try to find those people who are going to do a real estate deal. There's also the other traditional strategy, one-to-many, which we're all familiar with. You send out flyers to a neighborhood, you do broadcast media like television and radio, you put up a billboard, etc. These are one-to-many. The reason that one-to-many is really valuable is the exact opposite reason of the one-on-one. Now you can create one simple message and send it out and get it in front of thousands of people all at once. And your time investment is much lower than having to go one-to-one to one-to-one. But the disadvantage of one-to-many is you don't usually get a conversation going. So how many of us have sent out a flyer to a neighborhood to 10,000 people and heard nothing back? It's like it just dropped down the well.
I was going to say, yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, so it's like you've just dropped it down the well. Sure, probably some of those people noticed what you wrote, so maybe some of them read it, some of them acknowledged it and set it aside for later, but ultimately it's not a very good way of starting conversations. Social media is massively, has given us a massive advantage versus these other styles of marketing because it allows you to do both at the same time. So when you're on Facebook, you can create one post and post it out to hundreds or thousands of people, and anyone who's interested in talking back to you can just write you right back on the post and start a conversation. So you can start many individual conversations over and over and over again with very little effort in the upfront portion where you're reaching out to so many people. And
it's funny. Sorry to interrupt, Sean, but it's funny you bring that up. How when I think back, how many relationships I've started from a referral from a friend of mine who introduced me on Facebook. They send me a message, they friend me. As soon as they friend me, I get a message, hey, so-and-so referred me and said to get a hold of you, and that's just how they communicate. It's so weird. Instead of actually picking up the phone and saying, hey, so-and-so told me to call you, it's no, they referred me on Facebook, here's your Facebook page, and they've actually liked my page or friended me, and now we're communicating back and forth. And I've had numerous conversations before we've actually picked up the phone and talked to somebody. It's crazy. So what you're saying is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the other great thing is if you were to go door knocking or talking to people one-on-one, you would potentially be talking to a whole bunch of people who would not want to talk to you. They'd answer the door and be like, get the heck out of here, and close the door on you, or cold calling. When you talk on Facebook, you post out a message to many people, And only the people who are interested in talking to you bother writing back, and those are the people you have a conversation with. So in a sense, you've magnetized the people most likely to want to do business with you or to talk about the topic of real estate by kind of pulling them out of your Facebook network.
You know, I might be jumping forward, but you know, when you think about it, I mean, this is deep. So when you make a post and somebody likes your post that you haven't talked to or maybe haven't even met before, that is a connection as if you shook somebody's hand at a party, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it goes even deeper than that. You're seeing the likes, the comments, and the shares. What about clicks? There are people who are out there clicking and reading your articles that you don't even know have made a connection with you because they're out there quietly digesting the content that you're providing. So there's a whole sort of iceberg underneath the surface of people who are consuming content from you that could potentially do a deal with you, and you're building a relationship with them, and you maybe don't even know it. So,
well, think about this. So, I mean, because I know for me, and just like everybody, I mean, that's why Facebook is so big, because we all strive to be a part of something. We all strive to be appreciated. We all strive to be liked. So when I get 50, 60 likes, I'm like, woohoo, I'm breaking my record. You know, I got so many likes. But instead, if I took the 1 like or 2 likes or 3 likes that I got on one of my posts and actually connected with that person, it would change my business.
Absolutely.
Instead of trying to hit number of likes, go, all right, maybe I only got 1 like, but if I connect with this one person knows 60 other people, so now I've connected with 61 people, and those 61 people times 60 times 60, it gets insane. You know what I'm saying? Look at it differently.
Yep, absolutely. So we've kind of covered off what the opportunity is. The opportunity is that Facebook is a much better vehicle for you to connect with a lot of people and build real lasting connections in a much shorter period of time and much more effectively. That's an awesome opportunity, but we have a challenge, which is it's fairly widely regarded that Facebook marketing is a massive time vortex. So experts recommend spending 1 hour per day on your Facebook marketing. Most of us, if you're like me, don't have an hour a day, and that problem gets worse and worse as you get busier and busier. So one of the challenges for me was when I started in 2008, by the end of the year, I was so busy doing all those deals that I didn't have enough time to do my own social media anymore. So I was cutting off my nose to spite my face. We're going to talk about...
So what took you to where you didn't have time to do it anymore, so you got to, okay, shoot, man, I'm going to lose what I built because I'm not doing... Yeah, that's the typical success story, right?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about 2 things today. One, we're going to talk about specifically what strategy I used, and that strategy is called inbound marketing. And then the second thing we're going to talk about is ways that you can keep doing this strategy once you're up and running and being successful, or ways that you can do it right off the bat so that you don't have to actually do it for an hour a day. And we're going to solve both of those problems in a system, and it's going to be a system that will help you generate massively more business than you are through your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. right now. I can almost guarantee it. So let's dive into that. This is the what of the system. It's called inbound marketing. Okay, and inbound marketing is the golden key that's going to unlock your ability to generate deals off of Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And moreover, it's going to unlock those deals without you being annoying to your friends and family. So you are not going to be perceived as a person who is marketing the heck out of their social networks, where you're just hitting them all day long with marketing messages.
Please give me a lead. Please do a loan. Please buy a house. Please, yeah, right.
Yeah, so we're going to show you how to do it without annoying people and having people actually think that you're a great source of content and someone who's really interesting and follows the real estate market really closely and is a valuable source of information for these people. So what is inbound marketing? Inbound marketing is earning the attention of prospects and drawing customers to your website by producing content customers value. And this is the absolute most critical thing today to take away. The opposite nature of inbound marketing versus traditional advertising or marketing that you may have done in the past is we're going to use content customers value. That's how we're going to be not annoying. That's how we're going to build trust and relationships, and that's how we're going to build a deal flow off of our Facebook accounts. And the way that I like to think of it is social media should be like a social event. You should act as though, or you should act as you would at a party where you want everyone to like you. So what does that mean? Let me give you 2 examples. One example is the real estate agent who is going to use typical advertising, and I see it all the time on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., is agents using outbound marketing or advertising strategies. And frankly, they come across as annoying, pushy, and they don't get any deals done. So let's imagine I'm at a social event and I'm going to be that person who I see on Facebook. So I walk into the party, I go up to the first person and I say, hey there, nice to meet you. My name's Sean Nilsson. I'm the #1 agent in Leaside. I just sold 4 listings last month. If you're interested in buying or selling a property, here's my card. It's got my phone number and my email on there. Feel free to call me. Well, see you later. And then I go to the next person and I give them that same pitch. As you can imagine, when you look at it in the context of a social event, it seems ridiculous. No one would go around doing that, or at least hopefully they would not. But people do it on Facebook all the time. They're sitting there going, hey, I'm the best, use me. And it's focused on me, instead of the other person. So now let's look at a converse example, and this one's going to be inbound marketing style, and you can see how immediately the conversation would probably get off to a better start. You would be able to talk to that person on an ongoing basis and build a relationship with them, which might enable you to sell them real estate. So let's imagine I walk into the party, I walk up to somebody, shake hands, hey there, Sean Nilsson, nice to meet you. Did you see this new article come out in the New York Times about the top 10 fastest appreciating cities in the country right now? Could you guess what the #1 was? No, I couldn't. Boom. Now you're talking to people about real estate and you've captured someone's interest. Did you see this article come out in HGTV that talked about the top 10 ROI renovations under $1,000 for when you're ready to list your home? No, I didn't. You'll never believe what the #1 was. Really? What was it? Now you've got a conversation going about topics that are of interest to other people. You can potentially get them interested in talking to you about it, and guess what? You're the subject category, or you're the subject area expert. So you're leading the person into a real estate conversation that they actually might be interested in talking to you about, and then you can expound upon all your knowledge about the subject. Yeah, this is saying to do the kitchen for ROI, but I think that in a neighborhood like this, you actually want to add a back deck addition or whatever it is. You are now the subject matter expert. Not only that, you've captivated the person's interest and you haven't annoyed the crap out of them. You've actually talked to them about something which might be of interest to them. That's how we're going to do our marketing, and we're going to go on my Facebook. We're going to go on my Facebook and we're going to look at examples of this, but it's a way to kind of market without marketing. It's like unmarketing. And it's a way to use content and information to get the conversation going in your favor and to talk to many more people than you could by just advertising about real estate. Does it work for realtors? I didn't write this quote. It's especially effective for small businesses with high dollar values, long research cycles, and knowledge-based products. I don't think I need to go into detail about whether or not, about whether or not this is a fit for real estate agents. I think you can see it's a perfect fit. And I want you guys to understand also, this is not a matter of if you should be doing this. You must be doing this, basically. We've been in the social media world now for many years, so this has been proven time and time and time again to be the effective strategy. And if you go on any of your favorite brands, Facebook or social media presence, you'll see they're doing the exact same thing. If you go to anyone from Coca-Cola to American Airlines, you'll see they're all doing inbound marketing on social because it is the way to market yourself on social. Here's another quote from that same Wikipedia article that just talked about who's it a fit for. One criticism of inbound marketing is the time and effort required to create content. So we know what to do. We need to be doing inbound marketing. And like I said, we're going to go on my Facebook right now. And P.S., I do not warrant any of the content on my Facebook. You might see things you can't unsee. So we're actually going to go on my real Facebook now. But
scary part about live feeds, right?
You can see the second problem has, reared its ugly head again. This is a totally different review, and they're saying the same thing. It takes a lot of time and effort to do a good inbound marketing strategy, and I'm going to talk to you about.
Hey, we're still seeing your the PowerPoint. I don't know if you went to your Facebook page. Just want to let you know.
I'm going over now. So we are going to jump over to Facebook here, and this is my personal Facebook. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Yep. And we're going to talk a bit about inbound marketing and how it's used. And so my inbound marketing is all managed for me by City Blast, and so you'll see a lot of examples of what my social media expert at City Blast
does. Hey, real quick, Sean, before anybody goes anywhere and does anything, just you have to wait till the end because Sean's going to share something with you I think you're really going to be interested in. So hang tight. Don't do anything. Don't sign up for anything. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right with us, because I think the message that he's given about inbound marketing is the most important. And once you get this, your life, your business, everything changes, because now it's about other people, and other people want to be surrounded by you and connect with you and engage with you. That's where your business is going to grow, because more and more people start to be attracted to it.
Yeah, so here's some examples off of my my wall, and my social media is managed by a social media manager at CityBlast, which is my company. So what CityBlast is, just from a very high level, so you understand what you're seeing here, is CityBlast is the world's largest social media management company for real estate agents, and its sister site, Mortgage Mingler, is the same thing for the loan and mortgage industry. So what you do with CityBlast or at CityBlast is just like hiring a local social media marketing assistant to help your business. You tell the CityBlast experts how often you want them to post, what types of content you like. We offer 17 different types of content, and you tell them what specific geographical market you want to work on targeting. So for me, it's Toronto, because that's where I'm from, and you'll see a lot of Toronto stuff on here. But once you set it, you forget it, and the CityBlast experts will post to your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, your Facebook fan page, inbound marketing content, so that you don't have to remember to do it anymore. So this is part of how you can start to manage doing all of this work in terms of social media and not actually have to do it yourself and get sort of a top producer mentality. But let's have a look at what they're doing here. Toronto might be one of the most livable cities in the world, but sometimes one feels the need to get away from it all, escape the bustling metropolis, etc. So here's an article posted. You can see I got maybe 8 or 9 likes, a couple of comments, some people liking the comments, and then you can click on the article and it goes to BlogTO, which in this case is a big Toronto news outlet. And it's just a cool article, top 10 places in and around Toronto to get away from golf. And so this one's kind of a civically minded article. It just seems like you're staying on top of what the city's all about. And people obviously love this kind of stuff because it's not very invasive. It's just kind of a cool article that you would that you'd post up. Toronto's oldest restaurant, The Senator, was subject of a positive feature in the New York Times travel section last week. And then it talks about The Senator restaurant. Thanks for the great webinar, one guy says. And then people
was it even
commenting
a webinar?
on.
It was just an article, right?
No.
That's funny.
No, he was someone who saw me on a training. But,
I see. Cool.
Yeah, and then it's an article about this restaurant in Toronto. And the articles can effectively be about anything. They can be about anything that is of interest to your friends and followers. 50 Things to Do this spring in Toronto. This one got a good little buzz going on of people talking about it. A lot of interest in that. 5 tips for beginner real estate investors. Now this one only had 6 or 7 likes and 1 comment, but look at this, 4 shares. For those of you who know a bit about Facebook, getting shares is very difficult, and 4 shares means 4 times this content was duplicated over to other people's friend networks and with me getting credit for them. So now other people are seeing my content sort of going beyond me. And the beautiful thing is 5 tips for beginning real estate investors is a cool real estate focused article that obviously a lot of people that kind of hit home for them. But also, contrary to like writing a blog or what have you, or creating the content, by just sharing it, you can save quite a bit of time. And frankly, people are generally going to want to read information that's published by authority sources that are of a higher trust value than yourself. So linking out to other people shows that you've sourced and found really interesting information, and then by sharing it, you can gain an economy of time getting things done in terms of your social, and that's how you can get it down into the under an hour a day range. If you're trying to blog or trying to create content, it's going to be nearly impossible. I want to show you a couple other cool things that pertain to this.
Real quick, Sean, there's already, like you said, there's a bunch of questions coming in. So, hey, we're going to leave about 20 minutes for questions, and Sean has a spectacular deal for you at the end, so I'm not trying to, like, burst the bubble here, but hang with us just a little bit longer, and we're going to be talking about how Sean's company works and the deal that you can have today because you're on this call today. So just hang with us.
Yeah, we've worked out a crazy deal for you. First of all, CityBlast is a lot more cost-effective than hiring a social media manager. Regardless, but we've also got an insane deal coming up for you. So I'll get to that right quick in just a minute here. But first I want to show you the power of this approach in real terms. So one thing that's nice is because my posts are all done by my City Blast expert, they're tracking for me the results. And I'm going to show you some of those results right now. This is the last 30 days.
Wow.
In the last 30 days, you can see right here, I've reached over 1,000 people who have either clicked, liked, commented, or shared my articles. And this is where I was talking about the clicks. If you only went by your likes and comments and shares, you'd see a certain amount of interaction. But what's really happening is, buried under the surface, there are a massive amount of people who are just reading the article that you posted. And those are still great touches, because from the perspective of those readers, they go, hey, Sean's always on the ball about Toronto stuff and about real estate. And in the back of their mind, they're thinking, you know what, I'm going to use this guy when it comes time to do a transaction in real estate, because over time, you've given them the impression that you're knowledgeable and on topic and always there with helpful information and not me first advertising. So you can see here, yeah, it's pretty incredible the amount of reach that you can get.
I mean, Sean, you can't even handle the opportunity. I mean, you have 912 clicks. There's no way you can handle that much. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's why you can get definitely, you know, I always tell people that they can probably do 5 deals a year, no matter who they are, right off of their Facebook wall.
No question.
And I stick by that. It doesn't matter if you have only 100 friends. It doesn't matter if you're not super experienced. Everybody has a network, and everybody has the ability to get out there and touch that network with effective marketing information based around adding value and making people feel like you actually care about them rather than only yourself. So I'm going to show you one more quick thing about City Blast and how our site works. When I started out, a lot of my deals came by posting listings on my wall. And I don't recommend posting listings all day long. You definitely need to mitigate the amount of posting of listings that you're doing. And you also need to treat listings like content. So what you want is a listing that has nice pictures and an interesting story behind it and all that kind of thing. But it's no secret that HGTV and a lot of these other channels focus on listings all day long for a reason. People love looking at listings. It is content. I call it house porn, and people love looking at listing content. As long as you don't overuse it, you can definitely post listings and get a lot of bang for your buck out of that. And
I think the one key point, Sean, that you shared that a lot of people, I don't know if you heard it or not, but you tell a story about the listing. It's not just, hey, new listing, boom, here's the address. You actually tell, you tell a story about it, which is huge, because people can see themselves in that story as a part of that story. People love stories.
Yeah, so we don't include the price. I don't recommend putting the price on the page. You're showing them something of interest. You're not this isn't a for sale ad so much as it's just another piece of content like, hey, check this out, right? And one thing that's really powerful is when I started out, I had to call other agents in my office, and I would ask them for permission to advertise their listings because I didn't have any listings yet. I was too new, and I didn't have listings. I'd get permission from these other agents, and then they would let me put their listings out, and I would drive deals that way. I would generate buyer leads for the listings.
Did everybody on the call just hear what he just said? Like, so if you're a new agent on this call and you don't have any listings, Sean went and borrowed other listings so he could promote listings to get traction on his social media sites. I mean, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and once I was selling properties, everyone was dying to have me post the listings, because if the listing agent, if they're already going to get the listing side of the commission and they're not going to double end the deal, they don't care where it's marketed. And I would say, look, I've been doing lots of deals off my Facebook. Let me post your listing too. And they'd go, sure. Right. And I post it out. One thing that's really cool about City Blast is we have a multi-patented technology which allows the following. So this listing is not my listing on my wall. The person who has this property simply submitted it into City Blast to the social media experts. And the social media experts then post it out to the accounts of all the other agents throughout the area, throughout Toronto in this case, who have listings turned on. So I have listings selected as one of my content types that I want. I want to have listings on my wall because I know how powerful they are for doing deals. You can not have listings on if you don't want them, but if you close that, then you can have them. I allow other agents to post their listings out through my social media experts onto my account. And the reason that that's cool is I don't have to call around anymore and get permission from these folks to post the listings. I just am I'm getting them posted out to myself automatically through the network. And I'll show you something else that's very cool. This is what happens when,
so with a City Blast account, you're allowed to post listings to the City Blast account where other agents can actually share listings in your area or whatever, if you want to.
Exactly. I've opted to receive listings on my wall.
Got it.
But, I see. I've opted to receive them on my wall, but the flip side of it is you can submit your listings in, and the social media experts will take them and turn them into pieces of content and post them out to all the people who want listings. And look what happens. These are my listings. This was seen by 125,000 people and clicked on almost 1,000 times. This got more clicks through City Blast marketing of it than it got through MLS by far. So
what a great thing to show the seller. I mean, you have a system that is actually marketed out there too. Yeah, that's huge.
So now you take this into your listing presentation. You go, I'm going to list your property through my City Blast account. And the way you get these numbers, as you guys probably understand, is I've got 100 other agents all through Toronto who are going to show this listing on their wall. And then all their friends see it, and they click, and we sell the property fast. And the beautiful thing is, and part of our patents is, you'll notice when I click through from this property, it features me up here. Even though it's not my property, the listing agent's information is down here. So we're compliant. We want to have a compliance section.
Got it.
Listing originally contracted with, but when it comes time for that lead to come back, and this is part of the 600,000 leads we send out, the leads go back to you because you shared the property and helped out the listing agent by showcasing it to your network.
It's a win-win for everybody all the way around, man. You've created a win-win system.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think we should maybe start to move on to some Q&A because I'm sure that people are going to have a lot of specific questions about how to use this strategy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy to get into it.
So let's do this, Sean. So let's go to how, like, if somebody wanted to try, like, I mean, we'll answer questions, but there's like there's a couple questions here. One is, does it work in the U.S.? Does your system work in the U.S. because you're out of Toronto? And absolutely, I know that for a fact that it does because I'm actively using this system myself. So I'm actually trying it. Are there a lot? Yeah. If there's a lot of agents, here's a question coming in. If there's a lot of agents coming in the market, will I get the same post as others? That's a great question.
So the answer is absolutely not. You have a dedicated social media manager who is posting out to your accounts that you connect with. Now,
okay,
that's not to say that if an amazing article comes out in Toronto Life, which is a big outlet in Toronto, or it comes out in the New York Times or whatever, that two different social managers won't access that same post and create a post surrounding the concept of that article. But that would happen even if you were just managing your inbound marketing and the other agent was managing it too. So great pieces of content, sure. More than one people post them. That's just the nature of how social media works.
Nature of the beast, absolutely, Sharon. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. You're getting your own social media manager who's marketing on your behalf. Saves you all of your time each day. And I'm sure people are going to ask, and I know that we kind of wanted to get around to this sooner than later, but if you do opt to try us out, we are offering a 14-day free trial for one thing, and a 20% lifetime discount. So that's 20% off forever. And our service does not cost $1,500 or $1,000, which is what I was charging when I was doing the social media marketing on behalf of all these agents in the early days. City Blast is available. You can have a social media marketing manager who's doing this job for you day in and day out for $60 a month. The normal price is $60. With the 20% discount, it's going to be $48 a month. So just a little over $1 a day, maybe $1.50 a day, you can have a social media manager working on your behalf. Plus, we're offering a 14-day free trial, so you're not even committed. You can just try us out and see if you like it. And
so
I'll show you really quick.
The code, just so everybody knows, if you go, show them how to, so go to cityblast.com. Is that where they go?
Yeah, absolutely. They can click on Try Us Now.
The code, if you want to try this out for 14 days and get the discount, the lifelong discount, the code is AMM, which stands for Agent Mastermind. Sean's so kind of, and he doesn't normally give a 20% discount. And we said, hey, we have a lot of family, a lot of friends on here that do really well and they implement stuff, and we want them to get out of their Facebook and actually go out and do money-making activities. So AMM. Do you have a PowerPoint slide on that just so they can kind of see that real quick?
Yeah, I can pull that up. Maybe we want to put it in the chat box as well.
Absolutely, yeah, the chat box, sure. So AMM.
I'll show you here, and then I'll show you that as well.
Okay.
This is how you're going to sign up. It's very simple. Cityblast.com. Try us now. You're going to choose your market. We have people everywhere. So if I wanted to say Orlando, we pick Orlando. You choose next. And it's just like doing an interview with a social media manager. They're going to say, okay, how often do you want me to post for you? 7 times is daily, twice is twice a week. I have mine set to 4 times a week. You don't want to completely overkill it. A little bit goes a long way. I would recommend sticking in the 3 to 4 range and then turn it up or down depending on what you've seen and if you like it. Finally, you're going to tell us what to post. So if you want listings, this is listings on and off. If you want news from around the web, if you want local real estate news, and you just basically tell us what types of stuff you like. And if you're interested to know, well, what does this look like, you can just click on the little magnifying glass and choose all the types of stuff that you like. Once you're done, you set it and forget it. You click next.
Show them where that magnifying glass is, because I think that's important. So it says pick 5 or at least 5, and they can pick more than 5.
Yeah. So we offer 17 different types. You can choose any combination that you like. So if I want polls and quizzes, and then I can view sample with the little
polls and quizzes. Okay. So you guys can pick. Yeah. So pick at least 5 topics up to what? I mean, do people pick all the topics, or
you can.
Okay.
We like them all. They're all great for engagement, so it just depends on what you like. Some people don't want home and garden info. They just want more like statistics and facts. So you can kind of just choose your own and tailor your own system. But the nice thing is we're trying to take it all off your hands. So once you tell us, this is my vibe, this is my city that I want to focus on, this is how often to post, boom. You said it, you forget it. As soon as you press send here, it's going to submit your instructions to your social media expert. And it's going to ask you for your Facebook login. We do not log into your Facebook. We have no access to your Facebook or your Twitter or LinkedIn. You're simply going to log in with Facebook, and you're going to send us an authorization to post on your behalf, and that's it. You're all done. On the following page, there'll be an opportunity to lock in your discount. The promo code is AMM. And again, we're doing that in partnership with you guys. The 20% discount is kind of it's a big thing for us, but we want people to try it out. 14-day free trial.
Hey, so here's a good question, Sean, coming in. Hey, is this for personal or business pages?
Okay, so that's a really good question. I use mine on my personal page. Here's why. People say, oh, well, you shouldn't market on your personal page. I don't view this as marketing. Look at, how is this? Toronto might be one of the most livable cities in the world, but sometimes one needs to get away from it all, and it's an article about Toronto. How is this marketing? It's almost not. It's just like the type of thing that you would share on your wall anyway. Yeah, so absolutely. I don't mind putting it on my personal account because I want people to think that they are connected to me personally rather than getting treated.
A friend of mine.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to position them as a client per se right off the bat. I'm trying to say, hey, welcome into my life. Here are my posts. Some of my posts are my own personal things where I'm traveling around or whatever. And then other ones are my City Blast expert posting inbound marketing stuff on my wall. And I think that the feed speaks for itself, and I think the results speak for themselves. People actually like it, and they like being on your personal account and feeling connected to you. Now,
so question on here, Sean, too. Commercial and commercial, is this good for commercial real estate or just residential?
So our marketing experts do not provide commercial-only content at this time, but it's definitely a strategy you can use in terms of the commercial world.
It's all about people, right? Good. Yeah. Another question. Now, do people get notices? Here's a good one from John. He says, do I get notices when people post, or I just got to go there and look?
So there's 2 ways to do that. If you don't go on Facebook a lot, there's a pretty simple way to do it. Set up your notifications so that whenever a comment comes up, it emails you. And then you can check your email and go, oh, I've got a comment, and then you can come back and reply to the comment and then go on about your life until you get another comment. If you do use Facebook fairly reasonably often, then yeah, just check in on Facebook and see where people have commented, look in your notifications, and reply back and chat with people.
Sweet. Man, you've thought of it all, haven't you? Does it cost more if I want post more often? So if I want more than, like if I want 7, does it cost me more than if I want 4?
Absolutely not. So
Okay.
included with your $48 a month with your AMM discount code, after your 14-day trial, you're going to go on to $48 a month. That includes your Facebook personal page, your Facebook fan page, your Twitter, and your LinkedIn account, and you can post up to a maximum of daily, plus you can submit any amount of listings that are actually your own listing, your personal listings as well. So there's no extra fee for marketing your listings out through City Blast's network either into the other agents in your area. So it's all included. There's no extra charge of any kind.
Hey, Jay, I appreciate the question. Jay's asking, does the 20% work off the annual fee as well, if they want to pay for the annual?
Yes. So
Okay.
I can see a whole bunch of you have already started. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of folks already signing up, so that's awesome. Congrats on taking action for your business here today.
Action, yeah, and there's a couple there. So the 20% works for any plan you take. Just make sure you put in the AMM code. Otherwise, there's a 15% discount. I would rather you get the 20. So do the 20% discount. Yeah, for sure. And that's annually, monthly, whatever.
Yep. If you choose annual, it's going to go down to, I believe, $383 for the year, which is like $1 a day. Quite literally $1 a day. So
here's a great question, man. So I got a couple people here in small towns. What if I'm in a small town where there isn't a lot of news?
Yeah. So whenever that happens, and some places just are small enough that they just don't publish a lot of real estate related news all the time. So we're going to set ourselves up to be on the radar, looking out for great local news. But in the event that we can't find a lot of local, we're going to go to the county level, or we're going to go to the state or provincial level. So we're going to get as focused as we can on your market, even in the event that there's not a lot of content for your specific town or city. In cities that are larger, we should have plenty of content to work with, so you'll get great stuff surrounding your market specifically. Otherwise, we focus as best we can.
Is there any contract? Do I sign a contract of any kind if I do the monthly thing and I'm say, hey, man, this ain't for me, I'm out? Is there any contract? No contract.
2 weeks free, then you go into month to month, and you can cancel anytime with no, you're not locked into any sort of ongoing contract or anything like that. We believe in the service. We stand by it. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I know you do, man. I believe you. So does the discount apply to the mortgage mingler for like there's some loan officers on the call? Does that apply for them as well?
Yeah, if you're having, I'm not sure if we've got Mingler set up for the AMM discount. I believe we do. If not, you can simply email us at either site, info@and then the site.com. So info@mortgagemingler.com. You can speak to someone there and just make sure you get that discount, and we will honor throughout the day today. If you can get a phone call in or an email into us, we'll honor the discount for everybody who's on the call. The phone number's on both sites as well. So you got info@cityblast.com, and then you've got the Mortgage Mingler phone number there. You've got the City Blast phone number right here. We got real people and real social media experts standing by to talk to you as well.
Excellent. Here's a good question. If I specialize in a few different cities with a big metropolitan area, can I request articles focusing on those cities?
You can either you can only enter one area. So what you would do is either pick the larger area that's kind of encompassed by one broader name and give us that, or you could pick one of the target markets that you were most focused on working in. So if you have a place that's maybe nearer to your home or a market you focus on more or you're better at, then you would focus on that market.
Perfect. Somebody's saying the 20%. So the 20% discount is for whatever. If you want the monthly, it's 20% for that. If you want the annually, there's one other option. But all right. So okay, here's a good question. Do we have to have a Facebook business page to do this?
Absolutely not. So you're going to connect initially with your Facebook personal page. Yep, and I have mine on my personal page. We recommend as best practice to use a fan page, but obviously that's for each person to decide on their own, and they'll decide based on their own privacy and their feelings about how they want to do that. But you can use any combination of Facebook, Twitter, Facebook fan page, LinkedIn.
Got it. Here's probably a big one, and this one was kind enough to say it. I'm not computer savvy. Would it work for me?
Absolutely. I mean,
absolutely. That's the best part about this is you don't have to You don't have to know anything, right?
When I describe it, to people, quite honestly, I say, look, you're either too busy, too lazy, or don't know what you're doing.
Right.
And
right.
those are the people who we work for. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully all three, man. I say, hey, if it's not money-making activity, if you figure out what you make per transaction, there's a cost of freedom too. Like, there's time with your families. There's all this kind of stuff. So if you can do something and have it, I'm big on reduce, eliminate, automate, or delegate, right? So one of those, and unless it's money-making activities that you physically have to do, which next week we're going to have on the class a virtual assistant that can do a bunch of stuff for you, is if you're just connecting, engaging, and interacting with the people that like your stuff, starting a conversation, getting to know them as if you were at a party with them, you won't be able to handle the business like Sean did. He can't handle how much stuff 900 likes in 30 days. If you were to connect with 1%, 9 or 10 of those, or 90 of those, or heaven forbid, you're going to be busy, right? You're going to get leads from those people because once they know, like, and trust you, they're going to give you referrals, no questions asked. That's just how the world works. That's how sales works, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you look at it from the perspective, how many friends
does Sean have on Facebook, man? He got 19 more right today. So
yeah, when I started out, I had a little under 1,000. Now I have 4,800 because
you're almost maxed out, bro.
So
you can only have 5,000, just so you know.
I know. I might need to be a public figure.
Well, I heard this. I heard if you unfriend somebody, they actually still follow you. So just so you know.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, I look at this also as to kind of touching off on what you were saying before. If you look at it from an attitude not of scarcity, but instead of the best way to get out there and make the maximum amount of money in the shortest period of time. Look, if you're a top producer is not doing their social media all day themselves. Do you think that a top producing agent is sitting there tweeting away and everything all day long? No, they've got people doing it for them. And this is an opportunity for you to model your business. A lot of people talk about modeling of successful agents. This is another way to look at that, and you should be doing that, like you were saying, in all areas of your business.
Mm-hmm. Hey, here's a great question by Shelly. Thank you, Shelly, for asking the question. And this is a legit question. If someone is interested in doing business, how do they contact you? So can you go to your profile? I think is where typically your name and number and all that stuff is on the info page.
So what happens is this. First of all, if it's happening right on Facebook, that person's going to be your own friend who's already talking to you on Facebook. So they'll ask you the questions right down here in the comments, or they'll private message you on Facebook and send you an inbox message. And so you pick the ball up right there and run with it. The other alternative is if they come to the site, the only reason they would be on CityBlast and not on another blog or a third-party content site is because they came to a listing. And if they come to listings, there's a giant button right here that says Ask Sean, and it's going to pass you along to me. You can either email or call me right off the site there. And this is how a lot of leads come through as well from people who've clicked on a listing and they're looking through it.
Hey, Paula, are you noticing any questions that are that I missed that might be? They're all good questions. I'm just trying to copy the ones that no contract. AMM is the code. I have a lot of okay, here's a good one.
I'm working my way through as many of them as I can.
I know there's like hundreds, so there are hundreds of questions here, which is I really appreciate the participation.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I'm seeing lots of people signing up, so congrats for all those folks who are signing up as well.
Absolutely, yeah. There's too many names to actually say, but John, Kelly, Cindy, Joe, Kelly again, Adrian, Laureen. Congratulations for taking action. And hey, if it's not for you, it's okay. I'm here with Agent Mastermind to try and bring you guys the experts of the industry that are doing amazing things and having amazing numbers and how they're doing it. So to have Sean on the call, of course, he's going to share his product with you. So I apologize if that upsets anybody.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do the inbound marketing strategy yourself. If you're going to stick to it, set a reminder every day that this is going to be a part of your business and do it yourself, and you'll still see great results.
Here's one by Troy. So what strategies can we use on our own to try posting like this? I would think something like Google Alerts would be a huge one.
That's what I'd say too.
Google Alerts some other ideas
so
they can find content like this in their area?
Yeah, if you set up Google Alerts or set up an RSS to yourself from some trusted sites that you believe in that focus on your market, get them all beamed into your email. Here's the way to pick a great article. Look down your list of all the things that you've been alerted to, and pick that one article that you absolutely had to click on. It's like, there's some mystery in this article that I had to click it and just see what it was all about.
Good point.
And then write a little blurb that surrounds the topic of that article that highlights the mystery, that poses the question to the reader. It's going to make them get excited. And then choose a picture that's eye-catching. Pictures have become very important on the Facebook news feed, so make sure you're picking pictures that sort of inspire people to take a look and read what you've written and get a sense of the topic of the article.
Speaking of pictures, Joy's asking a question is can you integrate the Instagram stuff directly to the posting on Facebook as well?
You can. You can't through City Blast. We don't support Instagram. But one thing I will let you know is that we've done quite a bit of market analysis on opportunity size, and the reason that we do Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn specifically is because we've still found that they are by far vastly the greatest source of leads for real estate agents. So as much as some of those other sites are great, and I use them myself, they are not your primary concern. If anything, Facebook is we do about 70% of social media leads through Facebook alone, and that's including other platforms we've tested. So I would strongly recommend focusing on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn as your first steps.
Amen. Instagram's awesome. It's owned by Facebook, so it's not. I mean, I think it's the younger crowd, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I see on there. But I also see some people that do really well with it. So farm that stuff out. And really, some people go, "How do I do this? How do I start doing this?" Well, the big thing is when you take a picture, think about it like, okay, I just got to click a different button instead of go, I'm going to take this picture. Okay, well, is this picture about somebody else? Would people interact with this picture? Would people be interested in this picture? And then put it on Facebook. Just start with it that way.
Absolutely. Yep.
Any other ones, Paul?
Too many to look through, and I'm sure I am missing one or two really good ones. You've answered all the ones that I flagged as, hey, make sure this one gets asked. I'm sure that I am missing one or two as I scroll through here. But
there's a
whole lot of similar questions going on as well.
Yeah, if you feel like you've got a question that we haven't addressed yet, we'll maybe do a couple more, I guess. But the phone numbers on the site, your real human beings can answer your call, and they will be certified to answer your social media questions at 1-888-712-7888, or you can email us at info@cityblast.com and ask away. So all questions will get answered. Just feel free to shoot us a note over there.
What Here's a question, I'm sure. So, Clay, congratulations on your success with luxury single family. That's just awesome. I've watched a movie on this, and it's amazing what I'm sure you have the time of your life. So I specialize in luxury single family. Can the listings be limited to high price threshold?
Currently, the answer is no, and there's a reason for that, which is we have to strike a balance. When you submit your listing, you want to get lots of exposure for it. So the more we limit where the listings go, the less exposure the people who submit the listings get. We'll consider doing that maybe in future, but right now we like to get nice exposure for people, so it's only geographically located. It's not by price or any other features yet.
Here's a good one. I think I kind of answered this, but what if I only want to do for a business page? You don't have to do both, right? It's just business or personal or both, or how does that? Do you click a button in there?
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. So you can see here, this is where you pick what types of stuff you want. This is where you choose your market and your frequency. Here's a cool thing, an auto liker, and I'm going to get to the question in just one second. But you can set your auto liker on, which means when we post, you can auto like your own post, which actually helps improve your engagement by up to 20% when you like your post immediately. And we have a feature that allows you to do that automatically.
20%?
So, yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I never do that.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a self-fulfilling thing if I like my own posts. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That looks corny.
It does, but it helps get you a great foothold to start with on the news feed and gets your thing seen by more people.
Well,
here's the answer to the question. I've got my Facebook personal page turned on, but you can just turn that off. Here's your fan page. Yeah, you can pick a City Blast or a fan page that you want managed, turn it on. Your Twitter, your LinkedIn, it's all here.
So it's all included. So Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter is all included with this price?
100%, yes.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought it was just okay. Well, that's news to me too. Okay. So when you post to all three of them.
Yep, we can post to your Facebook personal page and your Facebook fan page if you want, or either or. Or Twitter or LinkedIn, and it's all included. You're paying a membership fee, essentially. So there's no extra cost for more services to be attached, and there's no extra cost for listings, nothing. And there's a 14-day free trial to test it out.
So the deal for Agent Mastermind members, that's by the end of the day, right? I mean, we're giving them till the end of the day, implementers.
Yep.
You get a 14-day trial, so it literally costs you $0. We usually charge $1 just to make sure you're a real person, but you don't even charge $1, do you?
No. It's totally free to try for 14 days, and then you're going to get the 20% lifetime discount no matter which package you choose, annual, monthly, etc.
You know, James just said he's got a really good point here, and I'm telling you, the money's in this, but only if you're engaging and interacting. If you're just going out there posting stuff about yourself, you're going to lose your crowd. So James said, great deal, less than a cup of coffee to have a social media assistant. I mean,
yes.
I'm not trying to sell you this stuff. I'm just saying, if this is making you money, then absolutely freaking do it. But if it's not, if it's costing you time, which then keeps you away from the money-making activity, then it's costing you even more money. So I mean, if you did nothing but pick up the phone and call your past database, you're going to get more deals because you're building a deeper relationship with them. We're showing you how to get like crazy amount of deals using a social media site that is right now off the charts, crazy, huge, and growing. And people love to be there. We all know that. We're all addicted to it, right? We're addicts of Facebook. I'm a freak about it. I mean, I hang out in my group. You guys see me in the Agent Mastermind group. I almost comment on every single post. So it's a big deal for a lot of us. And I just can't tell you how appreciative I am of being here and letting us know that every like is a potential new relationship who has 60 new friends. I never even thought about it that way. I always went, man, I want more likes, more likes, more likes, but I never thought about engaging and interacting with it. I mean, seriously, I know that sounds stupid, but that's a whole different that was my biggest aha moment today for me, was if I get one like, that's a new potential client that might be buying and selling a home.
Absolutely.
That has friends that might be buying and selling a home. So
yeah, it becomes part of your reach, part of the group of people you can contact on and on
absolutely.
From then going forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
hey man, I know you got to hit the plane. I know you got to hit a plane. So cityblast.com. The code is AMM. Yep. Sean, I sincerely appreciate you being on class. I'm going to follow you as far as where you're going with this thing, the success that people are having with it, and we got way too many names, and I welcome everybody that joined this. I look forward to the interaction on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page, if you're joining us for the first time, is facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. So join us there if you haven't joined us for the first time. There's so much good interaction. You guys are awesome at asking questions. Please don't be shy. If you have a question, ask it there. Only the people inside the group can see the questions. Your friends, your family, your coworkers cannot see it. Only the people that are in the group. So we try to make sure that everybody's question gets answered inside the private Facebook group. And then, of course, Sean has a phone number that he has people on staff to answer any of your questions. So, Sean, I appreciate you, brother. Congratulations on all your success. I love having you as part of the family here, and much continued success to you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks very much, and congrats to everyone who took action today. And I'm sure that we'll be in touch shortly. If you want to get in touch with us, give us a ring at the phone number or email us.
Absolutely. Paul, I appreciate you being there, brother, and answering all the questions. I'm sure you got to go rest your fingers.
Bro, my fingers are killing me. I can't keep up. This was I've never seen this many questions pop up before.
I've never seen this many questions, man.
Wow.
You know, hey, Sean, what I'll do is I'll print out all these questions, and we'll go over them and kind of look and see what we got there and see if we missed some that are some important ones, and then we'll kind of throw them out there on the Facebook page for us.
Absolutely. Okay. Sounds good.
All right, man. Hey, enjoy your flight. Safe travels, Paul. I'll see you on the web, brother. Talk to you soon. And everybody, same time, same place next week. We're going to have a lady on with, she's a virtual assistant for real estate agents. She specializes in doing all kinds of stuff that real estate agents should be doing or actually have to do. There's like, I don't know, it's an ungodly list of things you guys have to do for every single transaction. It's no wonder you get bogged down with so much stuff. So same time, same place next week, right here on Agent Mastermind. Everybody have a safe, exciting, and fun rest of the week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.